loved my pregnancy with River. It was incredible. And giving birth, wow, what an experience.
Isn't that just next level?
Next level.
Oh,
did you do any drugs?
I didn't.
I
did hypnobirthing.
Hypnobirthing?
I did hypnobirthing, yeah.
So talk me through that.
So a friend's sister had the most incredible births, 3 labours that were just phenomenal. And I'm like, you know what, I'm open to anything. I'll do anything to have a baby come out healthy, but I want my tool. I was so scared that I just wanted my tool belt full of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was just really learning about breathing, and there's visualization, which I didn't really do. Mine was more about the breathing and different counts to your breathing for the different stages of labour.
Right.
And Sam and I did it together, and so he learned to massage, and then there was meditation.
You got massaged?
I didn't want to be touched. I didn't use half of it. And I remember I had the music on in the labour ward, and it just kept going around and around, and I didn't even have the energy to go turn the fucking music off. You know,
because you have in your head how you think you're going to be.
Yes.
And it's so different.
So different. And then I begged for the drugs, and the lady's like, oh, I'm sorry, it's too late. And I'm like, fucking kill me. I couldn't believe I just burst into tears. Like I'd gone too far.
Was that with both, or with just with
both?
First with Bats? Okay.
With Arlo, I nearly had it out the front of the hospital. I waited home too long. And I remember they had to get a wheelchair and
how
wheel me
mortifying
in.
to be on the curb.
Oh my God, I couldn't move.
squatting.
It was like that. Imagine. But it has that feeling of that is like nothing else.
Right. So
and
say with your second, it's quick.
Fucked. Yeah, it'll be quicker.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Well, I didn't do hypnobirthing, but I tried to do this. It's like a pain, different techniques to push through the pain. So movement, the breathing, visualization. Yeah. It just out the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just thought, I can't, it's not happening. I can't do it. And I just, because I had an incoordinate birth. So no one told me about that. I was just told you'd have contractions. They might start around 20 minutes apart. They'll get closer together. When you hit 5 minutes, head to the hospital. Right. So I thought, easy, got it. Mine started at 5 minutes apart. Oh. So I was like, shit, should I be in the hospital? What's going on? But I had no show and I had no waters breaking. So I thought, anyway, I sort of chugged on at home for a while because this all kicked off at about 5 in the morning. Right. And then they kept going, 9 minutes apart, 2 minutes apart, 7 minutes apart. And I thought, I can't keep track of this. No one's told me what this means. Yeah. And then I was calling the hospital and they said, look, if you haven't had any waters break or you've got no show, then stay at home. Really? You're fine. Yeah. Right. Which was a little bit, with your first labour.
Were you in denial too to start with?
No, I knew what it was.
Did you?
I was like, it's on, this is on. I was just like, how long, in my head, I'm going, how long is this going to be?
Yes.
Like, is this going to be 6 hours? Am I a 3-dayer? Like, what's this
going to
be? Like, you don't know, but you're just constantly going through it, and I'm timing my contractions. And so I stayed at home for about 5 hours. And then I said to Sean, I really want to go to the hospital. Yeah. I'm feeling uncomfortable here. And I called them and they said, come in, we'll look, if we really think that it's early labour, or we'll send you home, but let's just come in, we'll monitor the baby, monitor you, and we'll just have a bit of a look. So I came in, they popped me in a room, they checked Bubs was fine. And then they said, look, your obstetrician's upstairs, we'll get him to come and have a look and see what's happening because we think you are going into labour. And it really, by the time I got to hospital, it really felt like it. Like, it was an unmistakable level of pain. Right. So by the time he came in and inspected me, I've been going for about 6 hours, and he said, oh, you're just 1/2 centimetre. Oh, have you heard about those? I don't know what you were like. Have you heard about those girls who are like 3 days before they go into labour, they're like 5 centimetres and they've done nothing? Yeah. It's like, oh my God, how are you halfway there? I'd been going at it.
1/2 centimetre.
Half as the 5 mil.
Oh shit, that's so
dilated.
depressing.
I was hoping he'd say like 8 or something. Yeah. And then we can start pushing. So I was determined to have no drugs, no epi. I just wanted to try and do it natural. I had a birth plan printed out.
Yes, so did I.
It was like, I want, skin on skin for an hour. I want this. I want delayed cord clamping. Yeah. So, I had 10 copies to hand out. I think one made it to someone. But I was like, I had a playlist, which I played for a bit and then I got annoyed with it. Yeah. I had crystals, I had essential oils, they stayed in the bag.
Snacks?
Did I have some? I had Hydrolyte
Yes, I
icy
had
poles.
Gatorades and
Smashed those. Those were my Hydrolyte. Tried going in the shower and like it was all just, everything I tried sort of worked for a bit. So I just had the gas, right?
Yep.
So like I have a bit of the gas, that's fine. And then that wasn't cutting it after a while. So I kept dialing it up. And then I thought I'd be like a gun at breathing because I've done Pilates breathing, I've done yoga breathing. My breathing was shit house. I was so bad. It was just ragged and it was in my chest and it wasn't in my belly. It was just all over the shop.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad.
Course,
and
yeah.
so anyway, I ended up just, because the breathing was bad, I sucked on the gas too much.
Oh.
And I ended up feeling completely drugged, couldn't move.
Oh, that was my worst. That was the only reason I said no, is because I couldn't handle being out of my mind.
Yeah, and I was.
Oh.
I was limp like rag doll.
Oh,
Couldn't even lift my
wow.
head, couldn't even open my eyes. Felt like someone had drugged me. And my main priority was that I wanted to push him out. I didn't want to have a Caesar. And no judgment to anyone who has a Caesar, but for me, I just didn't want to do it. And I just got to the point where I said to Sean, I've got nothing left in the tank.
Yeah.
I can't push. And I said, I'm going to have an epi. And by this stage, I think I'd been going for, because that's the thing too, my electrician induced me and then it just took off.
Yeah.
It was on. It was like every minute and a half, 2 minutes. Anyway, I said, I'm going to have epidural. And Sean's like, I don't understand why you didn't have one like hours ago. I've never seen someone in so much pain. And he's seen people in a lot of pain on the footy field. He's like, I don't understand why you've waited.
Yeah.
So I was like, just go and get him. Just get him, get the needle in. But that doesn't happen in an instant. That takes a good hour and a half to 2 hours. And the dude was off in another hospital and they had to go and find him. And then by the time he got there, I was just like, all right, come on, let's go. And then he's like, I just need you to fill out some paperwork and that'll be an extra fee. And are you okay to sign this? I was like, yes, just play. I don't care. Just put the needle in. God. So it took ages and then it took half an hour to kick in. So by the time that all happened and I was pain-free, I think it was probably about 8 or 9 hours or 10 hours or something.
Just so smashed.
But
so
then
tired.
it was the best thing I ever did because I could relax.
Yeah.
Sean could finally let go of my hand, which I was crushing.
Yes.
And
I hear it's the best thing ever. If I go again, I'm going to go straight in and go, give me one. Like I actually want to be present and almost enjoy it.
That's the thing. It was the best thing I ever did because I ended up, the gas wore off. I got to have, just chill, have something to drink. And then they came in and sort of inspected me and my obstetrician said, okay, we'll be able to push in about an hour. He said, just relax. And so we sat there and we chatted and we got to text people and, it was really nice and it gave me an hour to get my energy back.
Yeah.
And then the pushing came, which I loved because I could kind of feel it a little bit, but not enough that I was in pain. And I pushed for like 45 minutes and then out he popped.
Far out.
Yeah.
How surreal knowing he's here in an hour.
I know.
Did you
It
look
was
at
like,
it's just us for the next hour? Like,
yeah.
What a weird feeling.
Yeah, it really was.